When Jesus sent out his disciples, he said, "Freely you have received, freely give." He asks the same thing of us today. Join Salvationists Steve Steen, Aaron Peterson and Ian Brown this week as they discover the importance of giving to the Self-Denial Appeal's Evangelical Fund. In Guatemala City, Melbourne teacher Aaron Peterson is about to face his biggest challenge.
Hola!
He's substitute teaching at a Salvation Army primary school in Spanish.
Soy maestro. See? English? I am a teacher.
Walking in, I was
Australiano.
really conscious of the fact that all the kids were deathly silent, waiting for me as I walked in, really wanting to see what this guy from Australia was all about. And I was really anxious knowing how bad my Spanish is.
See? Español animals? Animales, animales. Sorry, scusi.
The impact of the school on the kids is obvious and immediate. They're happy, very happy at school. They're well educated. Being better educated means they have a much better chance of making it into a skilled job, which pays above the minimum wage, which is around $2.50 or so Australian dollars an hour.
That Sunday, Aaron realises that the Salvation Army's schools in Guatemala give their students so much more than just an education.
Many of the students who come to Sunday school come to the college during the week. Many of those who come to the dance classes and other things that happen within that core are students at the school whose parents are probably not Salvationists. By giving to the Evangelical Fund of the Self-Denial Appeal, we give Salvationists in Guatemala the opportunity to take more kids off the street. We give Salvationists in Guatemala the opportunity to run more programs. We give Salvationists in Guatemala the opportunity to connect with more and more families as well. Kids and their parents and their older brothers and sisters, providing a safe place rather than them being on the streets.
At the Salvation Army's medical clinic in Haiti, Dr. Ian Brown finds himself confronted with the victims of poverty, starving children.
It was a surprise to me that so many of the children who came in were malnourished. I thought if I kept my eye open, I might be able to pick one or two. But in fact, it's probably 30, 50%.
The only thing he can prescribe is food, given to them for free at the Salvos feeding program for underweight infants.
These children are actually given additional supplementary feeds of milk powder, which is fortified with sugar and oils, other nutritional additives. It seems that the children are only given one meal a day, and it's probably deficient in protein and calories as well.
Ian is impressed by the way the clinic ministers to not only the physical, but also the spiritual needs of Haiti's most needy residents.
There seems to be a holistic approach to care of the families and care of the individuals, and many of them, I think, are embraced into the core life as well. Giving generously in the Self-Denial Appeal is really partnering in mission in the International Salvation Army. The work of the core here is very much aligned to the original mission of the Salvation Army. And I think that William Booth would be proud of what was going on here today.
In the African nation of Tanzania, New Zealand Salvationist Stephen Steen is on his way back to the building site.
Let's get into it. So Fraser, tell me, is the army in these outlying areas growing quite a lot, is it?
Yeah, it's growing well, and the number is good, but the only problem is on giving. They are poor on money.
Yeah, well,
they don't have money.
People out here haven't got anything, have they? So how can they give?
Nothing. You can see the way we are doing here. So they depend on donors. So
what we're doing is certainly helping them, isn't it?
Exactly. You have done a great job to help them to do this kind of work. Themselves, they would have not managed.
I hope we can do more. encourage people to give more, eh? I asked Fraser about the growth of the Salvation Army in areas like this, which I guess for my liking is miles away from the city. Although the army is growing tremendously, the potential is huge, but available money often isn't available.
Spending time with Major Chalway, Stephen learns that tax-deductible gifts to the self-denial appeal can't be used for evangelical projects like this one, the building of a Corps officers' quarters. It's only through giving to the Evangelical Fund that Army church growth can occur.
If you're giving and asking and requiring the tax back, then it's not sacrificial giving. It's not sacrificial giving because if you require the tax back, the money can't be used for the growth of the churches in the places that they really need the money.
Without your giving, the army in these countries would die. The Salvation Army in Tanzania has no income. It relies solely on the giving of Salvationists like us. The situation in Guatemala, Haiti, and countless other territories is the same. So even though many of us aren't ourselves sent to serve in countries like these, the role we play is no less vital. Please give all that you can and make your gift to this year's self-denial appeal a sacrificial one.